I wish I could say that this is an exaggeration, but I've genuinely been waiting to film this for a month because I've been waiting for this to come in. Not the actual device, but the case. I got this case from Shop Bibliophile, not sponsored. I bought it with my own money. And I had always heard online that their cases take a really long time to come in, but Kobos, in my opinion, don't really have a lot of cute case options. I thought this was the cutest one. I thought it fit my personality. It kind of matches the other electronic cases that I have. So I got this one and it finally came in. And I am so excited because I just got an alert from Libby that one of my holds is ready to borrow. Now here's the thing. We're gonna figure out how to borrow a book on the Kobo together. I did open this yesterday and I did film a TikTok for it, but the thing is, I had borrowed a different book on Libby and I tried getting it on my Kobo and I found out that I borrowed the book in the wrong format, and so I couldn't send it to my Kobo. I had to basically give the hold back, but then someone else got the book. So I don't know if the books that I've been waiting for on Libby are available in the wrong format. I really hope that they're not. We're gonna find out together if this book is going to be available to me or not. If it's not, I may cry. Okay, do I need to refresh? We're gonna refresh because I do see the book, but it says that it's still on hold. But I just got the alert on Libby. Okay, I don't know. The book that we're supposed to be reading for the first book of this video is gonna be Alchemized. If I can figure out how to get it on my Kobo. Download a DMR. Okay, we're gonna figure out how to use this device together. There may be a little bit of a learning curve. From my understanding, you should be able just to download books directly onto the Kobo from your library. For some reason, I'm not able to do that. I need to get a different cord to plug this into my computer. 1 second. Also, side note, this has nothing to do with this video. The other day, I was having a terrible day at work. Tell me why my coworker put this on my desk. How do you just have Jungkook's autograph? Why do I now just have Jungkook's autograph? Okay, I downloaded it as an EPUB, sent it to my laptop, and I've heard connect it via cord to your computer. There's Alchemized. Where the fuck is my e-reader? I knew that this would be a learning curve. I didn't think it would be this much of one. Open your computer file manager. Locate the drive named Kobo e-reader. I wish this was a joke, but unfortunately it's very real. It's been 3 hours since that last clip. You can't even see it because it's so bright, but I now have Alchemized on my Kobo. I did not realize this, and it makes so much more sense now that I say it out loud and I actually think about it. When you download a library book, and obviously I'm speaking from I'm downloading library books on my e-reader. I don't buy ebooks. I don't really see the point of it. When you download a library book on Libby, you can either download it to read on Libby, you can download it to read on your Kindle. Sorry, Stella is right now here and she's gonna start scratching the blanket that's right next to you. You can download the book to read on Libby, you can download it to read on your Kindle, or you can download it to read as like an EPUB, which is an ebook. But the thing is when you download that format, you don't actually get an EPUB I don't want to call it a PDF because that's a different type of file, but you don't get the file as an EPUB. You get the file with what is called an ACSM, which, to put a long story short, is like the licensing to allow you to download the EPUB. What you need to do is then you need to take that file, put it into a converter to get the actual book. Fine, great. It is kind of recommended to use Adobe Digital something. I will have it on the screen. Perfectly fine. Like, I created my account, I tried doing it, whatever. For some reason on my MacBook, I could not get it downloaded onto my MacBook. I could only get it on my phone. So for literally an hour and a half there, I had the actual EPUB, the ebook, but it was on my phone and I couldn't get it sent to my Kobo. And it got to the point where I was so frustrated that I was going to cry that I went over to my sister's house because her husband does work in IT. Shout out Gus, because if he wouldn't have done this, I would literally not have gotten this on this. This was the most complicated way to get a book onto an e-reader. Like, thank God it's done. That being said, of the super negative things, I'm so excited because now when I actually have like my Kobo, it doesn't doesn't have ads. It has the book that I'm reading. But yeah, the process of getting this book on here was a little rough. Now that we actually have the first book on the Kobo, what we are going to be reading, I think I've said manacled so far in this video. This video has been a mess so far. We're reading Alchemized. I read Manacled 2 years ago, and if you are not new to my channel, you already know, like, I adored that fanfic so much. I read it on my Kindle, so I thought, why not emotionally break me and my Kobo in by reading the rest of Alchemized. I am saying the rest of Alchemized because I have already finished it. It's actually sitting on my nightstand, so let me get it because I need to see what page I'm on. You're probably like, Chelsea, what do you mean you're like in the middle of this book and you haven't finished it? This book did come out, I believe, around the time of my big reading slump. Bought it and kind of started it, but I did not finish it. I am on page 414. We are going to open the Kobo. I have to play with the settings. I need to play with that setting because the brightness is fucking way too much. That's at 80. Let's maybe turn that down to like a 37. So on the bottom, you can't see it, but there is like a little thing on the bottom that you can scroll to change your pages. I don't know if you can see that. Why is the font that big? I'm gonna just talk about some of the features that I'm noticing just right now on the Kobo screen. So on the top of the Kobo, it says the chapter and then how many pages are in the chapter, which is kind of cool. On the bottom, it says how many pages you are on out of how many pages are in the book, which I think is cool. And then it also has a little progress bar, which I've never noticed in videos that people talk about their Kobo and the different features that it has. One thing I used to use with my Kindle all the time, and honestly I think was the reason I read so fast on a Kindle, was the how many minutes left in a chapter feature. I do not believe that that is available on a Kobo, but we will see how my reading experience goes without that. Now it is literally 8 p.m. and I do still need to make dinner. I'm just gonna have a bowl of oatmeal. I just really want like something nice and relaxing, and then we are going to read a little bit tonight on this. I am so excited to read on an e-reader. My mom has had my Kindle for like a week, 2 weeks now, and I've only been reading physical books. I love reading physical books, but nothing will top being able to lay in bed and read an e-reader. And I'm so excited because this one has buttons and I will be able to use the buttons instead of having to scroll. Anyways, it was a bumpy start, but we are officially starting this reading vlog. Also, you guys, the buttons, I never thought I would care for an e-reader with buttons, but it's genuinely one of the nicest things ever. I do wish this Kindle, this is not a Kindle. That's gonna take me a while to get used to. I do wish that this Kobo case had a strap. My Kindle, I never had a case on it. I just had a pop socket to help hold it. And it's gonna be kind of weird to get used to like a lid cover case, but I did want to get this type of case because I had someone point this out in a video, and the Kobo itself is not a continuous screen how the Kindle is all one level. The actual touch screen of the Kobo it goes down and then you have this plastic layer around it, so stuff can get caught in it. So it's more important to have like a case like this, especially for me. Like, dude, I was throwing my Kindle everywhere without any protection for it. And I'm surprised. Listen, I hate Amazon, but that device was built well. I did not really take the best care of my Kindle, and that thing has held up for the most part. Again, this is like part reading vlog, part review of the Kobo. I was just looking because I wanted to see what font that this is set to. Publisher default is just like whatever the Kobo is set to automatically. It's actually a pretty decent font. And looking at some of these font options that the Kobo has, they look kind of nice. There's a lock button. Now I can lay down. Yay! Because that is something with the Kobo. If you rotate it, it will rotate the orientation, which the Kindle does not do. So I think that is so cool. I'm so impressed with this. If only they could make it easier for you to get your Libby books onto it. Then it would be the perfect device. It is right now Sunday morning and it is a severe thunderstorm outside and it's raining so heavily. So this is perfect weather to sit down and binge read. I'm right now on chapter 50 of Alchemized. I have been reading a little bit on the Kobo since I last spoke to you. And I do have to say, one thing I was really nervous for with switching to the Kobo was that I would miss the minutes left in a chapter feature that the Kindle has. I actually really have been liking how on the top of the page it says the chapter that you're on. It says how many pages are in the chapter and then what page you are on in that chapter. And then on the bottom, it says the book that you're reading and what page out of what page you're on. I actually really like that. Also, the buttons, I don't think I can ever go back to an e-reader that does not have buttons. It is so nice to be able just to lay down, have your hand on the button and just press it instead of constantly be having to go like that to switch the page. You know what my least favorite thing in fantasy books is? When you're very actively trying to save someone and they're worried about someone else and they're like, are they alive? Da-da-da-da-da. Bitch, we gotta go. We have to go. Shut up. We can find out when we are in safety. We're right now trying to borrow a book straight from Overdrive. I'm also making popcorn. I had a girl dinner tonight. I'm on my period, okay? I really want to read Ali Hazelwood's Mate. I think that's the second book. The second book to this series. I really want to read it for some reason. So I'm trying to borrow it straight on the Kobo. We'll see how this goes. It's connecting to the Overdrive. It's taking forever to connect. I feel like I should just try and do it on my phone. It's still connecting. This takes forever. Let me get this on my phone and then I'll try and send it to it. Okay, I borrowed it, so at least I'll have that and I'll just read fucking Alchemized tonight. I don't know why this is taking forever. I've highlighted so many quotes. The beautiful quote of, I always thought my eyes were my best feature. Oh, that scene gets me every time. I'm on page 640 and I would love to finish this tonight. Is that going to happen? Probably not. I like kind of have the Sunday scaries right now, but like, it's fine. Also, I feel like I'm gonna do this because I want to eat with my dominant hand. You can unlock your Kobo. This feels like an ad for them. Sorry, it's not. And you can flip it, which is so cool because on the Kindle, obviously you can't do that. And then you can lock it. I think I already said about the buttons, but you can have it be forward or back and you can switch it. I've been switching it a lot. When I was watching The Baby earlier, I kept doing that where I would flip the Kobo so that I could hold him and I didn't have to move my arm at all. I'm gonna be watching him later this week. And so I'm gonna be bringing this because I feel like I could read a book while I'm like watching him overnight, low-key. So I was thinking about this while I was reading this earlier. I know in one of my last videos, I said that I think The Favorites is my favorite book, or I said that that book is my favorite book. It is, but I think Alchemized is like my favorite book of all time. And then The Favorites is like top 3. I think this story is just genuinely insane. I'd say Manacled is still better, but this book is so good. You guys, I just finished Alchemized. No! That book is genuinely the best book I've ever read. I'm so sad to be done with it. I already want to do a reread of Manacled because I still have the Manacled PDF or like download from AO3. Now I want to do a full reread. Anyways, we are going to be reading the next book and we are going to attempt to get this book on this together. Obviously, when you finish a book on your Kobo and Goodreads are not connected, so I do need to start being better about actually reviewing books. The next book that we are going to read is Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I do need to figure out how to do this damn Adobe thing. I got it to work. Okay, theoretically, I plug this in. I plug it into my Kobo. If this doesn't work, I will cry. Connect. And then it should show up on this side. Yay! Okay, my device is right there. How do I get back to where I was? Okay, put that. Slide it. It should have just copied it to the Kobo. Hell yeah, it put it in the thing. You guys, this is so insane. Is that just what I needed to do this entire time?
and it was just that I couldn't find the thing. They're in it. It worked. Oh my god. I'm so excited. Okay, the next book we are gonna read is Mate. We're probably not gonna finish this book in this video, but I do want to show you like highlighting. I don't have the pen to show you annotating or anything like that, but I would like to show you what it looks like highlighting some stuff. So we are gonna start Mate. I want to show you, look at that cover. Like the e-ink is insane. This thing is so much fun. Also, these buttons genuinely changed my life. Oh my god, the green highlight is so cute. Love that. So I definitely forgot to film an outro for this video, but if you've made it to this part, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I have been loving this Kobo. I definitely would recommend getting one. I'm not gonna lie.